Let's get this show on the road. What's good? Really good, everybody. What's really good? Today, we're going to have a simple conversation. We're going to talk about the bare minimum requirements of skill set that you need to start a video production company. Because a lot of people think it's some crazy astronomical PhD lighting and how it bounces off the skin and blah, blah, blah. It's not that hard. Today, that's what we're going to talk about. But first, you know what we got to do? We got to roll graphics. Let's do that. Let's get it in, let's get it in, let's get it in. What's going on, y'all? If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Ty Turner. I'm a former Army combat photographer and the owner of FlashFilm Media, which is one of Texas' most trusted production companies. And this channel right here is about getting that bag. If you want to learn how to make your girlfriend look a little cuter via Photoshop, this ain't it. This channel was designed to help you understand the business side of content creation. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask that you hit that like button if you're watching. In my comments, you know how I like to do, post where you're from so we can make sure we represent everybody all over the world. And let's get right into it. Right now, if you're shooting business to consumer, or you're shooting to your friends, you're shooting for people like that, your idea of what is quality is completely different, right? People who spend the least amount of money usually have a lower idea or understanding of what value is when it comes to video production. They don't really know what go into creating content, right? Because in their mind, it's going to be a guy with a camera phone. It's going to be a one camera system. It's going to be, you know, something quick, fast, and easy. They don't understand how many people it take on set to get quality content. Now, I say that to say a few things when it comes to understanding the bare minimum skill set needed. I want to make sure that you understand that a majority of the skill set, 75% of it, is in the idea of understanding business. 25% is filming. I can say that easily. When it comes to corporate work is the easiest work you're going to ever do. Where it's hard is the business side. It's the opposite of working with people. With people, somebody you know can be like, yo, I need you to shoot this. It's going to be $200 here. And they show up. Y'all didn't talk about what's expected, what they want. And their idea, they want you to film their whole party for 8 hours, 10 different angles, create 8 different Instagram videos, a whole 2-hour video, hand over raw footage, send over your whole Final Cut Pro library file, fit it onto a CD-ROM, hand it to them, have 10 other copies, let them, they want to come back in 2 years and get a copy of it because they lost it. That's what they expect for $200. Business is the opposite. A majority go into understanding what a business wants. What do they need? What are they going through? Why do they need content? What type of content they need? Where are we going to post it? The majority is going to go into that 75%. And then we're going to show up for the 25% of properly lighting and filming a talking head, grabbing some B-roll, having great customer service, leaving without tearing stuff up, delivering our content on time. That's it. So the bare minimum that you need to be a videographer, one, depends on your niche, depends on what direction you want to go into. Because going into that direction may require some skill sets that some other people may not need. For instance, if you're going into filming products, you probably don't have to be good at lighting skin tones. You probably don't have to be good at understanding why you need a hair light. However, for a majority of people who are going into corporate video, it helps to be good at a few key things. One is understanding how to properly expose for skin tones. I used to think, and this is when I was amateur, this is how I know I was amateur, right? I used to think lights were designed because my camera couldn't see well, because my camera didn't perform well in low light. So I had to expose the area enough so that my camera can get a usable picture. That used to be my definition of lighting a scene. Never thought about lighting a scene to tell a story. Never thought about understanding how my sensor work so that I can maximize my dynamic range. Professional me understand how lighting plays a part in the story that I'm telling. I'm thinking of lighting schemes as I'm learning what the story is. That's number one. This is not in order. These are things you need bare minimum to have the ability to film. Number 2 is audio. You need to have the ability to capture great, not good, not usable, not okay, but great audio, mostly in the form of dialogue. And it's the easiest audio to capture is dialogue. You need to understand how to capture dialogue, what type of mic you need for what situation. Where does that mic need to be placed? You also need to know how to process that audio, how to EQ that audio, how to get the best out of that audio. You also need to invest in probably plugins to help you if you mess up on set, if you mess up in areas or trying to get rid of background sounds. It's very important that you are great at capturing audio. Number 3 thing a lot of people don't know, they aren't thinking about, they don't understand. This is an area where I can tell if you've been professionally trained or not. For me, number 3 is composition. Understanding how composition affects your story is extremely important. I can tell when an amateur does not understand composition. Composition was something we learned probably before we learned how to properly expose. It was like, put it in auto, let me teach you composition. Composition also helps in telling your story when it comes to people who are speaking, as well as items that you are capturing. And it is a bare minimum skill set you need to be a video production company. So the main 3 things, let me start from the beginning. The main 3 things you have to understand is exposing skin tones, right? Exposing 4 skin tones and then lighting the scene accordingly. Audio, composition. Those are 3 things you need to have before you even consider starting a video production company. That on top of your ability to tell a story or help solve whatever problem the client has is the most. If you can't do those things, your composition is bad, your audio bad, and your video is bad, what are you here for? You're done. You're out of there. These are things that you can practice at home. These are things that you don't have to wait till you get on the job to learn how to do. These are things you can start paying attention to as you're watching TV. Next time you watch an interview on ESPN or something, they'll interview people in 10 different states at 10 different times of the year. Their composition, their audio quality, their lighting is all the same. You think it's together because they've put it together and they've edited it, but they're using 5 different cameras, 6 different mics, 20 different lights for each location, sometimes different crews. But the producer know how to go in and this is what I expect. This is the composition I need, yada, yada, yada. So that when they sit down and put it together, it's seamless. Meanwhile, as an amateur, I told you, when I was an amateur, I would go out and hope I got a shot. Man, I'm gonna take my camera out and I'm gonna try to get something dope today. As a pro, I knew exactly what I was going for. I knew how to light it. I knew where my camera was gonna be. I didn't hope for something. I built something. I created something. Hey, keep in mind that the video you just watched contains clips from a longer lecture that's available to our gold members at FlashFilmAcademy.com. You can go to FlashFilmAcademy.com to watch the complete lectures if you want to get all the gems and all the information, or you can stay on the channel and continue watching some of our content here. Just click one of those boxes somewhere around here. Just, yeah, you know where to go. Right up in here, somewhere, wherever it pops up, you know what to do. You got this.